Marina was 21 when she got married. Being so young and full of life, she felt blessed to be married to the man of her dreams. Her husband, George, was 27, young, handsome, and energetic. Marina was ecstatic about her future with George, and like everyone else, she eagerly awaited a pregnancy in the first year of her marriage. But that didn't happen. 7 years later, she started to panic. It didn't help that friends who had gotten married after her had 1 or 2 children of their own. Everyone looked at her with pity and sympathy. In the 7 years she had been married, she and George had visited numerous doctors and were told nothing was wrong with them. The doctors and her husband were optimistic. They would have a child. Marina wished she could share their optimism. The strain of childlessness was beginning to tell on their marriage. Her husband encouraged her to be strong, but all the numerous medical tests with no viable result broke her heart. His mum and hers didn't help matters either. They would drag her to different churches for prayers, saying someone could have laid a curse on her. She was very unhappy with her life. On her 28th birthday, she cried bitterly. Why couldn't she have a child? Marina's friend, Janet, had asked her to see a particular traditional healer, someone Janet had used for other health issues. According to Janet, if modern medicine yielded no results, perhaps Marina could find answers in alternative treatment. At first, Marina's answer was no. She wasn't sure she wanted to see a traditional healer. Was the medicine safe? Who would administer it? Did they go through rigorous medical school? However, over time she began to consider the idea. If there was a chance alternative medicine would work, she would love to give it a try. She worked up her courage and told Janet she would like to see the healer. Janet was also willing to join her, and they drove to a little village on the outskirt of town where the healer lived. Marina was apprehensive about what to expect, but she soon realized she had nothing to fear. The healer was a kind, simple woman who listened attentively to Marina. She asked some questions, and soon her reassuring demeanor put Marina at ease. After talking with Marina, the healer went inside an inner room, and Marina could hear her singing and mixing stuff for like 30 minutes. She soon came out and handed a bowl to Marina. "What is this?" Marina asked. "Drink it," the woman said. Marina looked at Janet, who nodded. She drank it, slowly. The healer explained that the drug would make her womb more receptive for a child. She claimed Marina's womb was too hot to hold a child, and the herbal mixture would cool it down. She said Marina would experience some pains, but that was just the medicine working. Marina paid her and left. That night she started having stomachache. It wasn't so serious, so she went to bed. Around 2 a.m. she woke up with severe stomach pains. She tried to endure it, remembering what the healer had said, but it kept getting worse. She could no longer contain her cries, and George woke up. He switched on the lights and screamed when he saw the blood on the bed. She had been bleeding without her knowledge. George was alarmed. There was too much blood, and Marina's breathing was getting slow. He quickly called the emergency service, and an ambulance took her to the hospital. The doctors determined she had suffered a miscarriage. A miscarriage? She was pregnant? According to the doctors, Marina was 3 weeks gone before the miscarriage. She never knew this. From her blood samples, amongst other things, traces of stinging nettle were found in her system. Stinging nettle was a herbal leaf used to promote fertility, but could cause uterine contractions or miscarriage in early pregnancies. This is what the healer, unaware of the pregnancy, had given her. Marina was inconsolable when she heard the news. She had prayed for a baby for 7 years, and when she had one, it died without her even knowing. She wanted to die too. She went home desolate and depressed, but she wasn't prepared for the worst. 2 weeks later, she was rushed back to the hospital. She had high fever, chills, and was bleeding profusely. It was determined she had post-miscarriage infections. It was severe. To save her life, her womb had to be taken out.